Okay guys, here we are again on the workbench. Going to do a battery forward conversion for you. I'm going to try and not pause it or anything in this, and hopefully I can get it done just in real time so you can see how quick and simple this is. Now your battery box tray usually rests right back here, takes up all this space back here. There's two screws that hold this down. Get it to focus. There's usually two screws right there and one right there. So you're going to pull those out to remove this lovely piece right here. Okay. Now, I went to the local hardware store and picked up three 3x30 screws. And in the RTR version, in your bag, parts bag, comes with these little spacers. That is all you need to convert it. These screws cost me 25 cents a piece or something like that, so very, very cheap, inexpensive mod to do. Let's get the tripod set up here so you can see somewhat. I know it's not the best, but it's what we got. Now, there are two screws right down here on the battery box, if I can get this right. Hopefully you can see them. Right down here, right down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those out because we are going to use the new screws in their place. So basically you're removing a total of 4 screws to do this that you will not need again afterwards. Now, we're going to take our nice little lovely piece here, make sure we put it in the right way. It's looking like get my wiring out of the way here. Hopefully our ESC is not going to be in the way, but we shall see. Alright, we're going to take one of our nice little 3x30s that we bought, slide it right down through, get that right down through our spacer, and do the same thing on the back. Trying to do this all in frame, but I only have a little tiny tripod to work with here, so you're going to have to bear with me if you can't see 100%. Take those, set them on just like that. Bring her down into place. And obviously I don't have the right bit on that, so I am going to use this. And if I can get that going right, we're going to get that screwed right down into place. Just like so. Now keep in mind you are screwing into plastic, so you don't need to crank this stuff down. And the friction of putting the screw in is going to cause heat, so it'll be very easy to strip out your threads. So you want to be very careful here, and definitely not over tight. Get them, hand snug. You can feel when they're about right. If you think you're going to go too far, you probably did. So, alright, now, oops, and there we go. I already made a mistake already. I used the wrong holes on that. You don't want to use the back holes. And I knew that, but we can fix that relatively quickly. So, pull that back out. Let's try this by putting the screws in the right holes in the first place. So, by putting them in the right holes, I do mean these two here, not these two. So let's try this again. Put those down. I got too much stuff in my hands. Now our spacers. Okay. And okay. Let's get her set back down in place without losing our spacers, hopefully. And that should line up a whole lot better for us now. And have no fear, I am not going to edit this one bit. So the mistakes that I make, you're going to see. Because I ain't afraid to admit, I make mistakes. I am not a perfect person by any means whatsoever. Now, that's all good. Now we'll get our front in. Hopefully not lose our spacer here. This one seems to be a bit tighter going down through than the rest of them were. That's alright, we can fix that. Alright, there we go. Alright, get our spacer, put our spacer on, and there we go. And now we start with the 900 mile long screw that we have to put this in. Now you could probably put this screw in after you put your plate down. That could be the correct way to do it if you're worried about your battery tray slipping around or anything, but I'm pretty damn sure that it might be alright. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Tip out those tiny little screws that we got here. Slide this bad boy right up top here. Toss one of those small ones in the back, just hold the battery tray down. There it is. And you know what? I think I might actually do that if the 3x30 will fit down through there. So give me 2 seconds here. I'm going to pull that one screw. Okay, so I'm sure you didn't want to see me screw around with screwing that in and screwing it out and everything else, but anyway, took that screw back out, put it through the battery tray plate, and now I will finish cranking it down. And there we go. Now we need to switch out. One of those tiny little screws back in the back here to hold our battery tray down. Now, everything's secure, pretty good. So basically, in the time that I just did that, we moved our battery from the back of the rig to the front for 75 cents worth of screws and 2 parts that already came in your kit. So essentially 75 cents puts your battery right up front. So anyway, nice easy mod, puts all the weight towards the front of the vehicle where you want it. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, comments, always welcome. Thanks a lot, guys.